Hi everybody, Angel here with Confidence is Catchy. Thanks for tuning in to Takeaway Tuesday, week 11 of our 12-week challenge series called My Confidence Challenge. Thank you for joining us and being here all this time. I so appreciate those of you that have stuck it out and have come all the way towards the end of the challenge with us. For those of you that might be new to the challenge, and that's okay, we're always welcoming new guests. My name is Angel. I'm owner of confidenceisketchy.com, where we try to help people grow their confidence. And we do that through social media, posts like this, and challenges like what we're doing, and a bunch of other stuff, which we'll be getting into over the course of the fall. So thank you for joining us. Today we're talking about last week's challenge, which on Thursday, my friend Kathy Vass from Ever After Memories had posted a challenge. She was our sponsor this week. She had posted a challenge of putting up some pictures of yourself, some really dated, older Throwback Thursday worthy pictures, but like the most cringeworthy you could possibly find. And some of the people in the challenge did put up some real doozies. Let me tell you, we got some really good ones. You probably saw that I changed my Facebook profile to the jazz hands, which is probably the most embarrassing photo I have of my youth, only because the outfit is just so ridiculous, and the pose is, of course, a dance pose. So, of course, it has to be ridiculous. It's just how it is. This challenge has been a lot of fun, actually, for me. I had an opportunity, and unfortunately not as much as I'd like to, but I had an opportunity to go through some old albums, looking for other pictures to post, and I found a couple. Luckily, I don't have a ton of oh my God, I can't believe I ever dressed that way pictures. I have a ton of pictures that I'm just like, I don't even remember what I was thinking then. But I did find some new ones to show you today. And it really got me thinking about not only fashion, and that's one of the things that Catherine and I had talked about how wedding fashions change and how people are nervous when they get married, that if they pick the wrong kind of dress, or if they pick the dress they really want, then it won't look timeless in their pictures or whatever. That's one thing that people talk to her about a lot in her business. She's a minister, a non-denominational minister. She helps people plan weddings, and that's one of the concerns that she hears a lot is people don't want to buy that dress with the racy red underpinnings to it, or the purple and black dress, because that's the one they really love, but they have to buy white. Those are the types of things that she coaches people on. It basically says, get what you want. It's your day. And the pictures pictures are all about your face and your emotions and how you feel. And so that's why we got into this challenge. We started talking about, what do these pictures make you feel? And as we were going back through older pictures, because we were talking about, what do your pictures look like 20 years later, 30 years later, 40 years later? What do they say to you? How did you feel when you took them? If you felt confident when you took them, why do you still not feel confident 40 years later when you look at them and go, oh my God, what was I thinking? Well, what you were thinking was at the time hammer pants were in, or whatever the fashion was at the time, right? And you felt confident in what you were wearing at the time. And so I went digging for a couple of pictures that I knew I had somewhere, and I couldn't quite place them. I had to go ask my mom. She's like, oh yeah, the albums are in the garage. So I just went through the garage, found the albums, got a couple of pictures to show you. And here's what I took away from this. I've noticed that in my pictures, all through growing up, every picture I've looked at of myself growing up, looking for these pictures for this challenge, I noticed that every single one, I have this high-collared, Victorian style, stuff all over me. And do you notice here, not there now? What a huge change. When I was a kid, I was buttoned up, man. There was no skin showing. And that went into my teens. As I'm looking at pictures, I'm like, oh my God, I'm wearing turtlenecks in July. What's going on with me? And so it really got me thinking about, what was I hiding? What was I hiding from? I literally was hiding myself in clothes. And it wasn't a weight loss thing, although I've struggled with weight loss. It was more don't look at me, right? It was trying to be invisible, I think. And I'm going to have to really seriously blog about that or write about that, because it's, I'm looking at these photos going, wow, that's really telling when you look at it as a whole, right? So really cool. But anyway, I found a couple more pictures for you. Hi, Catherine. I see that you're on. Okay, so here's a good one. This is one of the ones I went looking for. This one is from a wedding that I was in as a kid. Now, what I want you to notice here is not the wistful look, looking out from the seats or whatever, but do you see the hairstyle? It's really hard to see. I'm going to have to scan this and post it so you can see it. This is the quintessential reproduction of the Princess Leia bun. The two buns on either side, which I had to have my hair that way for this wedding. Like, I was not going to be in the wedding if they didn't do my hair this way. I remember being like, no, it has to be Princess Leia in the buns. So that is my Princess Leia, and I don't know if the light's catching it right, but yeah, I'm telling you right now, two buns just like Princess Leia all day, okay? But look at that buttoned up. See how I'm buttoned up all the way up to the neck? Very, very strange. Anyway, next photo, college years, okay? College years, I think I was at my grandmother's house. Totally different look, but still high collar. What's up with this? Okay, can you see it? Can you see it? I'm at my grandmother's house in her front door. Look at that. Look at that. Terrible. You're probably getting a little bit of a glare. Sorry about that. Why am I wearing a long sleeve shirt? It's probably like summer. Why? Why? Now, this was when I had super, super short hair and, was, well, let's just say that my life's been interesting. Anyway, super short hair, my rainbow necklace, and, yeah, it was great. It was a fun time in college. But why am I buttoned up like this? Why? Why am I hiding? So that's what I got out of Takeaway Tuesday. Look at your pictures as a whole, right? Look at all of them, and does it tell a story? Does it tell something like about you and your childhood? Does it inform you in any way about like maybe how you're different now? Because that's what I got out of this. I got out of this like, wow, I was so hiding as a kid. And I remember feeling like I just wanted to disappear, right? And so what did I do? I purposely, apparently, like wore clothes that tried to do that. And it didn't work because clearly, I show up in the pictures. I'm not a vampire. But now, I mean, literally now you say, hey, let's go to the nude beach. I'm in. Let's do it, right? So what's changed in my life? What have I changed about me that I no longer have that I need to cover everything, right? And so I hope that this challenge has brought you to some thoughts about like, just stylistically, how have you changed? How have you embodied a new version of yourself? And can you still hug this little girl that's inside you? Can you still look at her and be like, God, I remember that moment, or God, I remember that day. And I felt so awesome that day. I remember these buns. Oh my God. I remember this wedding like it was like yesterday, and it had to be 40 years ago, easily. I remember getting my hair done. I remember this dress. I remember the day, everything about it, and I felt like I looked awesome because I looked like Princess Leia. So what have your pictures informed about you? And I thank you so much, Catherine, for giving us this challenge. It was so much fun. If you're looking for anyone to help you with a ceremony, whether it be a wedding ceremony or even just like an anniversary or something like that, I definitely go to Catherine's website, everaftermemories.net, and check her out and thank her for being our sponsor this week because it was a great challenge. I had a lot of fun with it. I hope you had a lot of fun with it too. And of course, we'll have another fun challenge on Thursday, right around 4 o'clock. So we'll see you then. Week 12 of a 12-week series. What does that tell you? We're almost done. And then there's going to be new stuff coming. So I can't wait to tell you all about that. So I will talk to you on Thursday. Bye, guys.